Moving on to the Division II, Region 1, Cedar Hill playing Abilene, Cooper, Denton, Ryan, and Keller Fossil Ridge. I was really impressed with Cedar Hill last week. Obviously, they can run the football. We talked about that last week. But DeMarcus Lodge matched up really the whole game against Jamal Adams from Hebron, two big-time players. And Lodge really, obviously, got the better of it, really played well. Cedar Hill's playing really well at the right time of the year, and I think they come out on top against Cooper.
Really, it's just like last year, and I think Cooper's got a good team. And it's interesting talking to the West Texas people from Midland and Odessa and Abilene, Cooper. Their perspective is, our perspective from North Texas is, boy, those West Texas teams just aren't what they used to be. Their perspective is, we're about as good as we always were. It's those North Texas teams. We used to meet one really good team a year. Now, the second, third, fourth, fifth round, we're meeting this team that can pass all over the field. They can run, they can block, they play defense. Their perspective is, you guys have gotten really good. So, and Cedar Hill's a case of that. And DeMarcus Lodge, if you play fantasy football in the draft of like 2018, 2019, I just put him down in there. He is a big-time player.
He is. And Keller Fossil Ridge against Denton Ryan. I watch Ryan, and they don't do anything special. I mean, they're good defensively. They can throw it a little bit. They can run. They've got a couple of 1,000-yard rushers. So obviously they can run the football. But there's nothing that just blows you away about Ryan. They just know how to win, and they hang around and they make the plays they need to win. To me, Keller Fossil Ridge, they turn the football over way too many times. That's the thing I think that swings it in the favor of Denton Ryan.
And this one's is a little bit of a toss-up. Ryan's got a good defense. They're fairly versatile on offense. Good program. They probably are overachieving a little bit this year. They had 6 Division I people a couple years ago, and they lost to a really good Midway team. I think Ryan views that as like a real disappointment, that they should have done better. But that Midway team with Ahmad Brooks and some of those guys ended up being really pretty good. So I'd almost, Fossil Ridge they're almost there. They depend a little bit much on one player, Ryan Parker, who is a terrific athlete, who is a point guard, who came out for football, and he's probably a bigger football recruit now than he is as a 6'1" guard, but he's very acrobatic and he's fearless. And those basketball kids that are used to moving at that speed and, moving their body around with their flexibility, and they've got pretty good speed, and if they're fearless, that transition, they jump out at you, and Ryan Parker jumps out at you. Now, Ryan will probably have some defensive backs who can at least stay with him. So I'd go with Ryan as well.
Region 2, I think we've both been really impressed with where Jesuit has gone this year. Advancing to this has been big for their program. But playing Lake Travis, that's a different animal, and I don't think this one's close. And I don't think Jesuit needs to walk away with anything but their heads held high and say, you know what, we took another step. But I think to expect Jesuit to beat Lake Travis that's the
I think that'd be pretty hard. Jesuit, it has been a great year. They've got 2 really good running backs. Bo Schneider, a big, strong-arm quarterback, has made big strides. But my suggestion would be, for after the game, Rudy's is a good end-of-the-year party. Paparola's is a pretty good end-of-the-year pizza party in Waco. I don't think you're getting by Lake Travis.
I don't either. And the other game for the winner of that game, Longview and A&M Consolidated, while not necessarily a DFW Metroplex team, Longview's got a lot of alumni in the Dallas area. And I'm telling you, I've been able to watch this team all year. They lost their one game to Capel, a close one in the Landry Classic, and now have won 11 straight. I tell you what, they can run it and they can throw it, and they've got a small defense other than Jacob and Henderson up front. The rest of them are small and fast. They can run. This is a team I think to really, really keep an eye on. We said it last week, and boy, they're playing well.
Yeah, Longview, great football tradition. They stun people sometimes by how many they bring to games. The big green machine.
Oh, yeah.
that shows up. It's still a really big part, and they've got players, and they've got really good coaching. So whoever beats them will most likely be the state champion if it's not in the state championship game.
I would agree with that.